It is time for the hardware in the high school basketball regional tournaments. At JSU's Pete Matthews Coliseum, today marked the first session of regional final games, and the local teams were well represented. Not a seat in the Pete for the boys 7A regional final. Gaston City looking for their first ever tournament championship. They would have to go through two-time state champion Mountain Brook. The energy was high off the court and on the court as well. From the opening tip, Gaston City's Darnell Moody with the steal and the lay-in in transition. The Spartans took the early 19-15 lead after the first quarter. Both teams scored 17 points in the second quarter, giving the Spartans a 36-32 lead at halftime. More of the same later. Josh Judine of Gaston City with the jumper. He finished with 11. Now we'll skip ahead to the fourth quarter. Mountain Brook up by 1, but Chris Dudley would change that with a perfect steal. He takes it all the way down and finishes it. Titans take a 52-51 lead with 5 minutes to play. But the Spartans had an answer for every Gaston City run. Jared Henderson down low with the layup, 2 of his 8 points on the day. And they would seal it by hitting 9 of 12 clutch free throws, and it earns them a win, 65-59.
One thing I have such great respect for Gaston City and their players and their coaches is their players play as hard as anybody. And so anytime you can win a game against good talent that plays extremely hard, is well disciplined, you know, that's just something that'll give us great confidence as we head into the Civic Center.
I think this team has improved tremendously since this summer. We had to work, get in the weight room. These guys come in early in the morning and work. They have a passion for playing. They're tough. A lot of people question how tough they were going to be against Mountain Brook because they're very physical, but our guys proved that they're tough, and they hung in there with them. We just didn't make the shots we needed to make.
Great season for Gaston City. The Titans finished with a 24-6 record, but it's Mountain Brook heading back to the BJCC, looking to capture a 3rd straight state championship and the first ever in Class 7A. The Gaston City girls were also in the regional final this morning, facing Huntsville. These two teams meeting for the 4th time this season, so they know each other well, and points were hard to come by really for both teams. The Panthers and the Titans combined to shoot 12 of 35 in the first half. Gaston City with a nice play in transition here. Brooke Burns connects with Taylor Tucker for the deuce. Tucker had 7. Haley Troop and Takara Blunt led the Titans with 8 points apiece, but it's Huntsville that pulled away in the second half, outscoring the Lady Titans 26-8, and they get the win and the regional title 42-27.
They had a good game plan, just really made it hard for us to get any easy baskets or any easy looks at the basket. You come out flat on games like this against a team that, probably has a great chance of winning the state championship. You really got to play your A game in order to win.
I'm really proud of this team and all of our players, and we're definitely going to miss our seniors next year. They played a huge part. They were great leaders all year. We were undersized, and no one really gave us a chance this year. And we had a hard fought even to get here, our area, and then here at Jacksonville, our first game against Spain Park. So I'm really proud of everybody on our team.
Lady Titans with a lot to be proud of. They finished the year with a 24-5 record, but it's Huntsville that advances to Birmingham. They've won 32 games so far this season, 2 more for the championship. Up next, the 1A girls, Spring Garden in the regional final for the 12th time in school history. They are no strangers to this stage, but they haven't won the regional since 2010. They look ready to play from the jump against Woodville tonight. The Panthers jumped out to an early 26-9 lead, and it looked to be all over. But Woodville responded late in the third. They cut that lead down all the way from 17 down to 3 points, thanks to 3 right here. But Spring Garden made the plays down the stretch. Takia Rogers led the way with 16. Savannah Dempsey, 13 huge points off the bench. And Spring Garden will go on to win it 45-39. It is their 9th trip to Birmingham. Meanwhile, in 1A boys action, Sacred Heart taking on TCC in a battle of 2 local schools looking for a spot in Birmingham in the 1A championship. And they get a huge day, Sacred Heart does, from Kevion Nolan and DJ Heath. Both netted 21 points for the Cardinals. Deontay Wood added 13. There is 2 of Kavari Ross's 8 points. And Sacred Heart once again going back to Birmingham for the 2nd consecutive season with a win tonight over TCC.
And I give the credit for them for preparing. They prepare very well. Their mindset is really different. They don't get rattled a lot. They don't get too uptight before games. And I'm just happy that they come together. They play very unselfish with each other, and I would give the credit all to that.
Congratulations to the 1A schools. Tomorrow it is 6A and 4A. You see the Jacksonville girls, the White Plains boys. Those are the two local teams we'll keep an eye out on. Of course, all the highlights and all the reaction tomorrow night in the primetime news.